welcome to Easy Leisure at Home with me, Gail. Going to be doing fitness Pilates for half an hour. So just going to be working on your core strength and stretch and a little bit of mobility work for the back and the spine. So we're going to be just working through breathing through your nose and breathing out through your mouth. Nice and controlled, drawing the belly button in tight throughout and focusing on your breathing, so long as you don't hold your breath. And we're going to just start feet nice and grounded and sinking the little toes into the mat, and then nice and slowly on in breath, extend, lift up nice and tall, flat back, and breathe out through the mouth. Breathing in, lifting nice and slow, and nice and slowly on the arms down. And if I didn't introduce myself, I'm Gail. Don't remember if I did or I didn't at the beginning there. Nice big deep breath in and breathe out. Leaning over to the side, dropping the head over and stretching out through the fingertips. In breath and out, and in breath. We'll go one more time each side. Breathing in and breathing out. Nice long fingertips. Standing feet again, hip width apart. Try to kind of draw the stomach in so you're not arching the back. And then as we lift, we sit back and lengthen, and breathing out as we come up. So breathing in, try and have a flat back, tummy in, and breathing out. Just going to lift one knee. So we want to lift the knee and lift the arms. Nice long spine, and either taking the toe back and big long lift, or you can drop down and just taking this to a place of comfort on your balance. You can have a bent leg or a straight leg, and coming back down. Other side, so we want to lift the knee. And we can either just lengthen and stretch, or we can just drop down, taking this into your balance, holding. You can have the hands on the hips if you wish, or the hands back. And nice and slowly bringing that down. So we're just going to lift the knee and tap. So tap the toe. So we're going to just lift the knee and tap down. So in breath and out, trying again to have like the nice flat back, and we're lifting chest nice and high, and then we're going to hold up. And if you don't want to hold up and kick out, you can carry on with just the tapping. So out breath and in. If it's a strain on your hip flexor, you can just put the fingertips underneath just to help. So we're breathing out and in, out and in, and leg back. Same on the other side, so just lift on in breath and tap on out. In breath and out. In and out. And if you want to hold up and kick out, or you can carry on with the tap. Breathing out and in, nice long crown extending up. So it's a nice extension of your spine. And again, the higher the knee, the harder this will be to lift this leg, and then leg back down. So we're just going to roll down, just open up each vertebrae nice and slow. So nice deep breath in, and as we breathe out, we start to drop forward. Head comes down, coming down to the mat or towards the mat. Staying a couple of breaths here, allowing this back to have a nice little stretch. Head nice and heavy, and as you breathe out in your next breath, you're going to draw the belly button up nice and slowly, bringing yourself back up to a nice tall position. So again, we're going to do that one more time. Take a deep breath in, but this time when you touch the floor or reach down, we're going to walk out. So we're going to walk the hands forward, the legs can be slightly bent into your plank position. So the hands directly under the shoulders and tummy drawing up tight. You can take the knees to floor if this is too difficult. Head looking forward and down. And from there we're going to just bring the knees down and just sit back. The knees can be split apart if you wish. Just going to sit back. You can put a cushion between your heels and your bottom if there's too much pressure on the knees. You might find it easier to breathe if the knees are split apart. Fingertips reaching forward, drawing the elbows in. Nice slow breathing. And nice and slowly we're going to come back up onto our knees. Excuse me. And we're going to lift the arms to the front and we want to tuck the tailbone under. So arms are forward, chin is up, and as you lean back, it's not a back bend, you're pushing your hips out and you sink back. It's just like a little flat back. So toes extended, take a deep breath in, and as you breathe out, you lean back. Breathe in, come up, and as you breathe out, we lean back, and in breath, and out breath. Hips really pushing forward, feeling this now down the front of the quads. Quads may be tingling, and we're going to stay back, push the hips forward, and the more you sink back, the more you'll feel this. So we're really reaching forward, head up. If you need a rest, come up and come back in, just holding, and then coming up. So I'm just going to bring one knee forward and one leg back, straight leg to the back, toe extended at the back, lift the chest, push down through your hip, get a nice opening for the hip, nice little stretch. And then you can centre the outer hand for balance, bring the foot in, and on your out breath, draw the heel to bottom. If you can't reach, you can use a little belt or something to hook around your foot. Still lifting the chest, still pushing down with the hip. Breathing through this, looking forward. And nice and slowly let that foot go. And then we're just going to change sides. Lifting the chest, pushing down through the hip. Breathing in through the nose and out through the mouth. Centre outer hand, hook the hand around and draw your heel to bottom. Still pushing down through the hip. Getting a nice big stretch. And from there we're going to just let that foot go and we're just going to roll onto our side. So if you need extra padding for your elbow for your side planks, then feel free to stick a cushion underneath. So the elbow's directly underneath the shoulder. The knee, if you're staying on your knee, have the knee tucked back so it's directly hip, knee and toes in line together. And if you're lifting from there, you can have hand up or across. If you wish to make that a little bit more difficult, one foot in front of the other as you lift, and feet stacked on top is your hardest. So we're lifting up, nice tall hip, your both hips directly above one another and two shoulders the same, lifting nice and high, holding. I'm going to breathe in, down, and breathe out, up. So breathe in and breathe out. Breathe in and breathe out. In breath and out. In breath and out. And then I'm going to stay up and hold. You can have your knee on the ground if you wish. And then from there, you're going to have a little rest. So now I'm going to bring it. You can either stay down and bring the knee in and the elbow staying with the knee on the ground. or you can be stacked on top, lifting up, stretching above your head, and then out breath as we come in, and in breath back. Don't allow your hip to drop down. If your hip drops down, take the knee onto the mat. So breathing out and in, breathing out and in. One more. And down. Just going to take it into little Z legs, 90-90. So you can tuck the toe back or your foot can be forward, whichever is comfortable. Hands, swivel them round to the side, lift the chest and push forward through your hip. So you want to feel the stretch on the outer thigh and your waist. And if you wish to come down onto elbows, and if you wish to sink a little bit lower, maybe resting your head on your two arms. And breathe. Allow yourself to get nice and heavy on your out breath. Breathing in and sinking down on your out breath. And then we're going to lie down and support the head. So the knees are slightly bent. We're going to do our clam. Hands is just for balance on the floor, and your feet stay on top of each other as you push your knee up. So we want to just lift that knee on your out breath, so you're opening up the hips. In breath down, so out breath and in, out breath and in. So you really want you to feel this in the glute firing up and working hard on the push back, out breath and in, and breathing out and in, and really squeeze and hold, and little small pulses here, small pulses pushing back, getting the glute to really work hard, wake up sleepy muscles. And from there we're going to bring that leg down. So we're going to come up onto the elbow, and I want to have the back leg with the foot flat. So the foot is flat. Harder will be to come onto the full arm. We're just going to try and lift the two hip bones up to the ceiling and reach up on your in breath. So it's like a little mini back bend. So again, in breath you push up, twist the hips up and hover. Don't come onto the mat, just hover on your out breath. In breath and out. Oh, full arm, in breath and out. In breath and out. Really push up. I'm just going to stay for a couple of breaths when you're up. Stretching, holding, the hips are pushing up. And nice and slowly bring that back down. And we're going to just change onto the other side. So just going to swivel around. And again, you can adjust your mat according to where you want extra protection. So we're just going to come into our side plank on the other side. So again, your knee on the floor, guys, is your first option. One foot in front of each other. Our feet stacked on top and lift up. Perfect plank. Nice high hip. Breathing, don't hold your breath. And then we're going to drop down with the hip on your in breath and breathe out as we push up. So in breath and out. In breath and out. So nice and high on the push. And really squeeze, holding up. Nice and high. Knee on the floor if it's too difficult. Lifting up. And then we have a little rest. So now we're going to bring your elbow and knee. So again, you can stay grounded on your squeeze, or you can come up and just reach across, and then out breath and in, out breath and in. Keeping this hip up, working hard, breathing out and in. Nice lift and rest. Taking this into a little 90-90. So again, hands coming round, pushing the hip forward, just like a little swivel. Breathing, coming lower. If you want to come down onto your elbows, you can stay on the elbows. And if you wish to come all the way down and rest your head, just enjoy your stretch. Breathing nice and slow, sinking down on your out breath. And from there, we're just going to come back and lie down and rest your head on the knees or slightly forward, bent on top of one another. And again, we want to be pushing out the top knee. So out breath, open up the hips, in breath back. So you're tightening up your glute muscle on the squeeze, in breath. So breathing out and breathing in. So breathing out and breathing in. Squeeze and lower. So pushing and holding back and little tiny pulses. Squeezing the glute. Getting that muscle to really tighten up and work hard. And bring that leg down. So we're going to either come up onto the elbow or the straight arm. Make sure your bottom leg is in line with your hip and the flat foot behind is tucked back. So again, you're opening up your hips before you even push up. And when you push up, you try and squeeze your hips to the ceiling. So again, we breathe in, we lift. So in breath and out. Full arm harder. So in breath and out. Hovering on the down, getting that opening up of your hips. And really hard on your supporting arm, shoulder working hard. Breathing out, stay on your elbow. Staying up next one, getting this lovely stretch. Pushing up your hips, breathe in. And I slowly bring it down. So we're just going to do a little twist. So just going to roll down nice and slow. So arms forward, legs bent, and bone by bone, bring yourself down. So take a deep breath in, breathe out, bring it down nice and slow. And stretch. Stretch the fingers, stretch the toes. Nice and long, push the small of the back into the mat. And then we're going to bring your bent knees, feet in, and we're just going to do a little twist. So in the out breath, make sure as you come over for the obliques, you're pushing your shoulder as well as your elbow over, and you're keeping the space between your chin. So we're going to lift one foot, opposite knee. So breathing out and breathing in. Breathing out and in. So really push to work the waist. Push across with the shoulder and back. So out breath and in. Out breath and in. And from there, if you wish to make that a little bit harder, if you don't, stay with what you were doing. Legs at 90. Extend one leg and back. So the higher the leg, the easier it'll be. So we breathe out and in. Out and in. So really squeeze and work, and then have a little rest, have a little hug. Squeeze in and drop from side to side, get a little bit of pressure onto that lower back. And from there we're just going to do single twists, so in breath on one and out breath on the other. Higher is a little bit easier, or if you want to stay grounded you can do that. So we breathe in and out, in and out. So just taking the elbows to the outside of the knees on your slow twist will make this a lot harder. Inside will be a little bit easier. So pick which one you want to do. Breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, and rest and squeeze. Time's going so quick. So just gonna take one leg up straight and one leg bent. Lift your chest up. If you wish to make it easier, stay down. So lifting the chest up, getting this tightness on your core, sort of folding over, so the ribs coming down towards your hips. And as you breathe out, we drop the straight leg and draw in the knee. And in breath, you tap that foot, get the stretch on to the lifting back of the leg. So we breathe out, we breathe in, we breathe out and in, keeping this core nice and tight, working extra hard. Breathing out and in, out, in and hug. We'll repeat that on the other side, give it a little squeeze. Other leg comes up. And I say other leg as I do the same, so make sure you're on your opposite leg, lifting the chest if you wish to make it harder. Get this tightness, guys. You want to feel it. And we lift, knee up, out breath, and in. Out breath, focus on drawing this leg back into your stretch. Breathe out. So the higher you push the shoulders up, tight core, the more you feel it. And hug. Ah, so good. And then we're going to do a little switch pull. So we're going to draw the knee in. So you're going to breathe out on one and breathe in. If you wish to rest the head and just draw in the knee, you can do that. If you're lifting up, then it'll be a lot harder. And if you're pushing up towards the knee, you'll get that extra hard workout. So we breathe out and breathe in. Breathe out and in. Breathe out and in. Out breath and in and hug. And then we're going to take the legs up nice and straight above your hip. And then we're going to just drop down on in breath and out. Lifting the head up and hands to temples is a little bit harder. So just taking the leg down and up, trying to keep the other leg above your hip. And then hold. And then we're going to take two legs down. So breathing in so the hands can be rested. In breath and out, or you can be lifting. And you can also take the hands up. Extend back, breathing out and in, out and in. Anyone is fine. And hug. And time has gone so quick today. So we're going to squeeze. And then we're going to do our diamond legs. So you want your knees to drop out and your feet to stay together. And we're just going to breathe out and squeeze, get this crunch on. And breathe in down. If you wish to lift the feet to make it harder, just lift the toes. Keep the knees out. Focus on your squeeze. Out breath. In through the nose. And if you wish to draw back, so you can draw back on your out breath, elbows and knees together. In breath, extend. Breathe out. And in. Breathe out. And in. And hug. Well done. Nice and slow, nice and controlled. And then we're going to just drop our feet back down. Take the arms out. Nice wide arms. Drop your knees to one side. Take a little press on if you wish to increase your stretch. Look away from your knees. Breathe through it, and if you want to stretch down the outer part of your thigh, take your foot, take that leg out and bring that leg down. The higher you take your leg up towards your shoulder, more of a stretch, try and relax and breathe. And if you wish to grab your other foot, you can reach up and sink back down. And from there, bring the legs back, center your bottom and drop your knees the other way, arm out. Press, look away from your knees. With pressure to push down increases the stretch right up the outer thigh and the waist and your spine. Taking your foot and taking that leg down, a bigger stretch. Try and focus on your shoulders staying grounded. If you wish to grab your foot, you will need to reach up and then sink back down. Breathe. Just enjoy your stretching. And then let go. Bring your knees together. Come back up. And then we're just going to have straight legs out to the front, guys. Want to hinge forward from your hip. So breathe. Excuse me. In breath. And pushing forward on your out. Lifting up on your in. Pushing forward on your out. And then allow yourself to fold. Head down. Relax. Slow breathing. Really try and come as low as possible. If you want to take a bind, you can take the bind. And if it's too much, arms wherever comfortable. And nice and slowly roll up. Bring the feet in. Lift the chest and flatten your back and breathe out and push your knees down. You can hold on to the legs if you prefer. Sinking down the knees. Crossing the legs, sitting comfortable. Hand on your mat, breathe in, lift up. Breathe out into your C, lift the shoulder back. Maybe look up towards the little elbow crease there. Open up the heart, open up the chest, drop down. Changing sides, breathing in, breathing out, and again, lift, small little twist. Opening up the chest. And nice and slowly coming back, opposite hand on your knee, hand behind. Lift on your in breath, twist round on your out breath. If you do feel any neck pain, keep your head side on. Twist the shoulder back. Swapping over, opposite hand on. Breathe in, lift. Breathe out, twist. Nice slow breathing. From there, take the arm across, draw the arm over on your out breath. Changing sides, out breath, draw that arm over. Breathing out, pushing out, dropping your head down. Arms behind, open up the chest, push back on your out breath and lift. Shoulders squeezing down away from the ears, nice flat back. and allow your head to drop down. Increase if you wish, drop, interlock the hands, drop the elbows in and down. And thank you so much for joining me today. Hope you enjoyed that. I will be back next week for fitness Pilates on Friday and FBX on Thursday morning at 8. So have a fabulous weekend, guys. Hope you enjoyed that and going to have a great weekend. Thanks again for joining me. Really do appreciate it. Any comments, put them up and I'll get back to you. Thanks. Bye.